Welcome to Good Times with Alex and Ryan. I am Ryan Sprague. You can follow me on any social media at Ryan W. Sprague. Alex.
What's up, Ryan? Been waiting all day for this, buddy, to have a good time tonight. Tonight is the night that we switch the algorithm around in our favor.
Ooh, it's turning back up. You hear that, Alex?
What is it?
It's the sound of the Good Times train rolling this way. Woo! You do not want to miss out on this train. Make sure to hit subscribe and that notification bell or follow or whatever it is on your social media so you do not miss out. Woo! Woo!
Well, I'm glad the train is finally coming around because I've been waiting all week for it to show up, and the Good Times train just kept passing me by, buddy. My name's Alex Vanover. You can follow me on Twitter at Vandollar15. You can follow me on YouTube at Alex Vanover, and you can follow me on the Instagram at Alex Vanover15.
It's all about the gram, ladies and gentlemen. All about the gram.
Yeah, the gram is, I've said this before, it's a way more friendly app than Twitter.
What? Are you saying like every little thing you say on Instagram isn't like, oh, that's that's wrong because you know the way they make flour is not right because it's grown over where animals live and you're an animal killer.
No, it's exactly like that. It's like, oh, hey, the sky was really pretty today, and then somebody, and like I post a photo of the sky, and then somebody's like, well, you know what? Like, it's amazing that you can even like look at the sky because you know things aren't always like great all over, so therefore you're a dick for posting this. Like, whoa, holy crap!
We're talking about Twitter here.
Yeah, Twitter is the app for people that just like the old man get off my lawn is what. The app for Twitter. It's like all the random accounts for people that like are trolls. They're all like 87-year-old men
with a cane.
Yeah,
it's a virtual cane. Twitter's like the virtual cane where they're trying to poke you off their lawn. Get back! Get out of here, you meddlesome kids!
How dare you have a different life opinion than me? Whack!
What do we got today, Alex? We're doing news?
Yeah, we're doing the news, and we're going to do some sports. We're going to do some celebrity dish gossip. I'm going to spill the tea.
Ooh.
Spill the tea a little bit.
Do it.
Hey, if we did spill the tea, but we wanted to look fashionable while we were doing it, Ryan, where could we find some Good Times merch to wear while we're spilling the tea?
Well, I know where we can find a mug.
Where at?
Oh, teespring.com over at, Good Times with Alex and Ryan. That would be probably the best place anybody ever in the whole world from the beginning of time to the end of time could find one. You're in this time right now, so you might as well take advantage of it.
In the words of the great Benjamin Squints Palladorus from Sandlot, The best place to get your Good Times merch is from Teespring. Forever.
See, and I don't know how much. What a better sell you could get that. Best from all time, beginning to end. Now you're in the time to buy it.
That's crazy, man, because our sales numbers would say different, Ryan. It's almost as if it's not the best. I know that we're supposed to like talk it into existence, but this has been a tough week.
Name it and claim it.
Ryan, the Good Times gang has been under gunfire this week. Not a lot of clicks. The algorithm's kind of against us.
Oh, that algorithm. I'm so mad at it. That algorithm out to get us.
I'll tell you one good thing that happened to the Good Times gang this week. We are now at 100 followers on Instagram, so that's
no way.
Yeah, we're at 100, triple digits, baby.
Wait. The actual site. Oh my goodness.
We're at 100.
You guys are awesome. Thanks for following, and that's really cool. Good.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Woo! I thought when you texted me that, I thought that was your account.
No, Instagram, our account, the Good Times.
Oh, account. Cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Should we get ready to get in crazy but true facts of the night. A couple of them.
We are gonna get into the facts. I don't know. Try to do the little intro thing. You're like,
Yeah.
like
Facts of life.
tweet of the week or
Crazy facts. Crazy good times facts. All right. Here's the first one, Ryan. When you pass away, heaven forbid, that we ever pass away, because we want to keep having good times. But when we do die, do you have an idea of what you want to be buried, or do you want to be cremated?
buried.
Okay, well, do you have any idea of you in a casket or maybe a mausoleum or something?
Casket in the ground. Maybe.
Okay.
If I mean, I wouldn't even mind if it was just no casket and just a sack.
Like a shroud, like a natural funeral, like they used to do in the old days. They used to put a shroud over you and bury you.
Yep. In the ground. That's what I
Yep.
want. But it's illegal, so I'll take a casket.
So the guy who invented the Pringles can, the guy who designed the can of Pringles, like the actual can the chips go in,
Yeah.
do you know what he's buried in? Or what he's in? Where are his remains?
A piano.
No, but it does start with a P.
Whoa. Pièce de résistance. Pool.
No. Frederick Bauer, who invented the Pringles can design, his remains are actually resting peacefully in a Pringles can. It was his wishes. He told his kids he wanted to be put in a Pringles can.
He's like, kids, I just want to maximize your inheritance. So as my last hurrah and gift to you, I'm going to be buried in a Pringles can to up the sales for more money for your inheritance, okay? So treat me right now, because I'm doing this at my death.
There was a movie called Due Date with Robert Downey Jr. and the guy from The Hangover, the guy with the glasses who's overweight, named Zach Galifianakis. He plays Alan.
Yeah, Zach's
They go on a road trip, and Robert Downey Jr. or excuse me, Zach Galifianakis' dad is in a can of Folgers coffee. His remains, and they go to Jamie Foxx's house at some point during the road trip, and Jamie Foxx accidentally brews a pot of Zach Galifianakis' dad.
Oh,
it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And Robert Downey Jr.'s like, well, it's not all bad. He had a really robust flavor. He's trying to make him, feel better.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's pretty great. It's a good movie. All right. We're going to crazy but true fact number 2, which will end this segment of the night.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. So the coast of France. Have you ever been to the coast of France?
I've been to France twice, but I don't remember going to the coast.
Okay. Well, they've had an issue for the last 30 years.
Oh, well, that's a long problem. they spend all this time making nice giant cathedrals and coliseums and can engineer that, but whatever this problem is, it must be pretty big.
Yeah, they couldn't crack this one for quite some time. There had been Garfield telephones from the 1980s randomly washing up on the shore for decades, man. And the people in the town were like, what is going on? Why are these Garfield telephones, the Garfield the cat, washing up on the shores all the time? Well, Renee Marvin actually broke the case. He found out what was going on.
Good. Breaking news. Renee Marvin has broken the case of the rogue Garfield phones. Stay tuned while Alex gives it.
So Renee found out that a container ship that was carrying goods, being imported from another country, had actually been caught in a storm, and it ended up in a nearby secluded cave for the last like 4 decades.
The Cave of Wonders.
Oh wow.
Well, randomly when there'd be a storm or something, these phones would get loose and start washing, away, and they'd end up on the shores of, this town in France. Well, this guy being from this area is like, well, the currents and the tides and everything. He actually figured out and pinpointed this remote little cave, discovered the cave, and found that there was still cases of the Garfield phone still like able to more. We're gonna be able to wash ashore.
Wow.
Because they just they were there and they never made it to their destination, and they were slowly but surely making their way to the good people of France. So, what do you think about that?
I think that they made a mistake. I think the Garfield phones were going. They were attempting to get to Italy to get some lasagna, but instead they went to the wrong country in France. So every time they got to the beach, like, oh crap! I wanted some lasagna, not some escargot.
It would have been better if they were normal phones, because Garfield always used to ship normal to Abu Dhabi. If the normal phones were ended up in Abu Dhabi. All right, Ryan. Time for the Good Times Sports. You ready for Good Times Sports, buddy?
Yes. Give
me more. Give me more. All right, that's pretty good. All right, Ryan. Have you been keeping up with the Washington Redskins? How they're going to change their name?
The Washington what?
The Washington Redskins are changing their football name.
Oh, well, about time.
Yeah, it's been pretty insensitive for decades, but the guy who owns the team was a Redskins fan when he was younger, so he just refused to, change it because it's part of the heritage and history or whatever. Well, now Dan Snyder is going to officially change the name, and they revealed the temporary name today. You want to know what the temporary name of the Washington team is?
Oh, please.
They are now called, for this season only, the Washington Football Team. That's their team name.
Wow, sounds like a bunch of business suits got together and said, let's think about this. I can't think. Washington Football Team, here we go.
That's worse than the name for the Angels, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Because they couldn't come up with just one city. They're like, no, we got to be able to be in 2 cities so we can make double the money.
Do they play in the same stadium?
I think they
Anaheim
play
in LA, right?
Anaheim is Orange County. I think they play in LA though. It's like the most confusing thing ever.
And yeah. Well, to the football name, why couldn't they something really creative and something very, very boostful to their, something like, hey, we're gonna something that promotes it and gets them excited. Instead, they're like, hi, whoa, I'm boring. Jeez.
They're gonna try to come up with a new name next season, obviously, but I feel like they could have did a better job for a temporary name.
You don't get a chance to promote this type of stuff very often. They could have went all out and went crazy with this, and
they could have had fan voting. They could have opened it up to the public. They could have done a lot of things.
Well, kind of like when they had that special science vessel they opened up to fan voting and called it Bodie McBoatface. I mean that still gets like tons of publicity. No one even knows the real name of that boat. They just know that it was voted in Bodie McBoatface.
Hey, that's better than just boat.
Yeah, exactly.
That's better than the city's boat. Whatever city it is. The second story for sports, Ryan, did you know that Mike Tyson is coming out of retirement officially today?
No,
that's
surprising.
He's 54. He's been putting out workout videos on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, showing him hit the heavy bag and the speed bag and like actually doing workout drills, and he looks amazing.
Sounds like someone's running out of money.
He's doing it for the love of the game, right? Come on.
Yeah.
He's gonna box Roy Jones Jr., who at one point was considered the pound for pound best boxer in the world in the 90s and early 2000s. They're gonna go 8 rounds in an exhibition. So, we'll see what happens. But I'll probably watch that fight. Actually, Ryan, I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just watch his ear.
Yeah. Well, they're supposed to. Hey, good point. But in the state of California right now, they have to wear headgear because of COVID. So, I don't think he'll be able to bite through the protective headgear to get to his ear. So he'll probably be all right.
Okay, so that was your last.
No, got one more sports story.
All right, let's do it.
All right, this one's good, Ryan. This one's kind of funny. So you know how the NBA players are in the bubble right now in Orlando, the Disney World bubble, to try to avoid COVID?
I don't know that.
They're in a quarantine, and they're like, all the NBA teams that are still playing, there's 22 teams, are in Disney World, and they're being, kept away from the general population. So the Lakers have a really good shot at winning the championship this year. That was a big problem for Lakers guard Alex Caruso, though. His sister was getting married this week in Texas, and instead of leaving the bubble in Orlando to go see his sister get married and be in the wedding, he chose to stay in Orlando with his teammates and stay quarantined because he's going to, they have a good shot at winning. So he said, and I quote, "We've worked way too hard." So I don't know how his sister reacted to that. I don't know what his parents thought about that. I just thought it was really interesting that he chose basketball over his family. What do you think about that?
I mean, you only get so many shots at a championship, so they could have moved the wedding.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if that was all I did was basketball, I'd totally agree with it.
I think it's selfish on the sister's part, I mean, her brother, that's rude. How dare her try to get married,
At that time, I mean, you can adjust it if she really wanted to. I mean, maybe, I don't know how much they spent or whatever, but yeah, that's crazy.
The sister's like, "Alex, I'm getting married." And then he's like, "Listen, sister, LeBron. I've got LeBron on my team. I'm trying to win a championship." End of discussion. And then she's like, "No, seriously, I need you there." And he's like, "I said LeBron."
All right. I got a sports story.
Oh, bring it.
So in Japan, they I think they're doing it here. They're playing baseball to empty stadiums.
Mm-hmm.
So the Giants in Japan, if the team wins, a lucky fan gets to drive from their home drive the robot around the stadium and talk to the cheerleaders and team.
Wait, he gets to control the robot or actually get in the robot?
Control the robot.
Okay. From his house.
Yes. It was a 14-year-old girl last time, driving around meeting the cheerleaders and players.
Sweet. That sounds awesome. You got to come up with ways to make money right now, man. If you keep the people in the stands, you got to do anything you can. That's great.
I was seeing in some places they have virtual people they're making.
Yes, I did see that. And you know what else I saw today, Ryan? Major League Baseball is going to be broadcast on Fox and some other channels. And I think Fox is going to digitally add a crowd into the stadium to make it look like there's people there for the people watching the game at home.
Yeah, I scrolled through and saw that.
That is insane. That is really weird.
Ratings.
Good times, T-Spring. Teespring, buy merch. Oh wait, I'm sorry, I blacked out. I thought we were trying. I thought that was commercial. I'm sorry. Hey Ryan, since you just did a sports story, I'm gonna do one more sports story, but it was actually supposed to be in the normal news part, but it is sports related, and you're gonna love it.
All righty, I will.
All right, so there was a Russian teen soccer player, Ivan Zabrovsky. He plays for a Russian, soccer team over there, and he was on the field before his other teammates. All of his other teammates were on the side, and he was just kind of out there dribbling the soccer ball and getting warmed up. Well, there was a storm at the same time that they were out there practicing, and a lightning bolt struck him.
Oh, goodness.
It's on video.
16-year-old soccer player in Russia is lucky to be alive after being struck by lightning.
It's on video, Ryan.
That's crazy. I was like scrolling through some of the stories, and I saw the picture of the lightning strike.
Yes.
Wait,
He got hit.
And he's alive?
He's alive. So he's alive.
Yeah.
He was knocked out. He was knocked unconscious because he got hit directly with a lightning bolt. The only damage he had to his body is he was wearing like a gold chain.
On the field, he shows off the burn scar on his neck. It came from where he was wearing a chain.
And it was like a conductor, when the lightning hit, and he has a burn where the chain was. But other than that, he's fine.
Wow, that's insane.
Yeah, he gets hit.
You see that lightning strike on the it looks like, oh, he's dead. It's just
he's knocked out. He's just limp. He looks completely dead. Yes.
All the people that were on the side, like, should we go out there? They say lightning doesn't strike twice.
And they're like, I'm not going back out there getting my ass struck by lightning. You crazy? Look what just happened to Ivan. No way. Ivan looked like Apollo Creed after he got hit by freaking Ivan Drago in Rocky IV. He's just laying on the ground, like, flopping like a fish, like, dead. I'm not going out there. Are you kidding me? No way.
Oh, man, that's terrible. Wow. I'm glad he's alive and kicking.
Yeah.
That was crazy when I saw that.
Hopefully he had a warranty on his necklace.
Yeah.
Because that thing's probably destroyed.
He got a pretty BA tattoo. Oh, it's burn mark.
Yeah, people. You remember back in the old days?
I got hit by lightning. This was when I got bit by a shark. This is.
Remember back in the old days when people used to brand themselves with like beer caps? Do you remember that when they'd heat them up and like?
No, I just remember. What was that? What was that one show where he branded a on himself?
Oh, Jackass.
Yeah.
You ready? No. You better get ready quick. Try not to move around. You don't have two of those things on you.
I was like, what the heck?
Oh, and they did it like they didn't even do it cleanly. They did a bunch of them, so they were lapping over each other, like overlapping.
Yeah, because they tried to do it and it hurt, so he moved it, and then yeah. Oh.
How do you tell your parents about that story? You're like, oh, hey, look at the new tattoo I got, or look at the brand I got. Aren't you proud of me? That'd be a hard discussion, even with my parents. That wouldn't be an easy one.
But no, there's people, because it does tattoos don't show up very well. They still like burn in stuff. Like
no. Well, I'm telling you what, if you can handle getting branded, basically you're tough. We got my respect, because I could never do that. I can't even really eat shots. I have to have like the doctor like distract me or pretend like he's gonna do it at another time and then get me. You're going to tell me when, Doc, right? You're going to tell me when you're going to do it? Of course, Alex. I'm going to tell you when I'm going to give you this shot. And before he finishes the sentence, he got me. Ryan, you got another news story, buddy?
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. You ready for this one?
I'm ready.
All right. This Corona related.
Oh, boy.
So in Cuba, this 82-year-old, I don't know how to pronounce his name, her name, Farida Rojas.
Good old Farida.
She walks around donned in a fully cardboard shield. against the coronavirus, built to be a mobile house. And she said, I'm staying at my house. You know, I'm at home. What about you? Says her message on the box. A witty nod to Cuba's coronavirus slogan, stay at home.
Cuban nurse salvaged the box from the pharmacy in her Palatino neighborhood. She then cut armhole with a clear plastic sheet. Now on the top, she's
So she's actually sheltering in place. She's the first real life transformer. She's like, what? This is my house. So then she just like folds herself back up into a mini house. Holy moly. Hey, I got something coronavirus related since we love talking about it. We're going to go on to COVID topic number 2 for your Good Times COVID Minute. So a lot of big companies have been getting bailed out because of the pandemic and stuff. So Country Time Lemonade has decided their own bailout program. They're doing the Little Bailout Program. That's what it's called. They're going to bail out kids who would have had lemonade stands at their house. They have to be 14 years or younger of age, and they have to prove that their lemonade stand was impacted by COVID. And if they get selected, Country Time Lemonade will send these little entrepreneurs $100 in relief.
Oh.
Apply for a relief check at countrytimebailout.com.
What do you think about that?
I think that's how stuff like that. That's how the Washington Redskins, or what are they called? The Washington football team. That's how they should have done it. Something like that. That's smart marketing right there.
It is smart marketing because we're talking about it right now, and
Country Time Lemonade, everybody, not sponsored.
No, Country Time that's a great idea because our fan, our one viewer will see that we talked about this, and then they'll spread the word to themselves. So you know what I mean?
Because usually it's like you tell someone, they tell a whole bunch of people. We're like the opposite tree, and it fans out. Ours fans in.
Yeah, ours is like that Jenga, the guy who stacked all those blocks on the one piece of Jenga.
Yeah.
And he, outweighs, outward, like that way instead of inward.
Oh, goodness.
Hey, it looked like we had 2 viewers in the chat, and then he's gone now. So see you later. Good to have you. Hey, so Ryan, there was when you think of an an FBI agent, what are some words you'd use to describe an FBI agent?
Lawyer, boring. Let's see. Crime fighting.
Okay.
All right.
Like cool under pressure, collected, calm.
And
All right. Well, we're explicit now. We almost made it. All right. This time it wasn't me though, so that's good. That's a good times first. Ryan beat me to the explicit button. Hey, no, so check this out, Ryan. There's an ex-FBI agent in Massachusetts who just got arrested.
Oh.
A group of kids on bicycles, like teenagers, were making fun of him at a stoplight and yelling at him, saying funny stuff to him, teasing him. Well, this ex-FBI agent who just retired, 61-year-old Cliff Hedges, decided he was going to get revenge right then and there.
What did I say, huh? What did I say?
Yeah, Cliff decided to drive his truck directly into the group of kids who were making fun of him. This is a former FBI agent. This guy is supposed to be like the best of the best. Nothing should be able to rattle this guy. But they're making fun of me. I'm gonna get those kids.
See, that's when the meanness takes over. They think they're above it. You're only above it when you're in the law.
Well, he's retired now, so he's not above the law because he's being charged with 4 counts of assault with a dangerous weapon, his car. He left the scene of an accident with property damage and negligent operation of a motor vehicle. So he's out on bond right now, and he's free to do come and go as he wants. But kids better not say anything to him while he's out, because he might try to hit those kids too.
He has a good chance of getting off because he was an FBI agent. So
his service to the country and stuff.
Oh, yeah. He's well connected. There was this video on TikTok. It was crazy. They're driving along. It shows the cop car video, the cop car message, or the video from the cop car. This guy gets out, starts yelling at him, "You better check those plates. I'm gonna be really upset." And he's like, "Okay, just get back in your car." He checks the plates and he says, "Okay, thank you, Judge. Bye."
Oh, my horn!
Sir, go back into your car. I'll be with you in a second.
You better check the registration on this plate soon, mister.
Have a good day, Judge.
You bet.
Lets him go. Like, I've seen this so many times. Like, there's certain people that are above the law, and that's just the way it is.
Had Joe Benetti and was the town Coos Bay.
No.
Okay.
This was.
What you got another story, Ryan?
Yeah.
What do you got?
Story.
Bring it.
So apparently there was a bear that was trying out for the Kool-Aid guy acting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, pretty much, because this is what happened over in Lake Tahoe. He busted down a door, and it's all on video, and walks in like just like that. Like, he owns the place, and he goes, "Oh yeah."
Wait, the bear talked?
Bear talk. I speak bear, so
that's probably what he sounded like. Let me translate it loosely for you. You guys better have food in here, or I'll eat you.
Oh, and I'm gonna rip up your couch because I got long claws.
At least it wasn't the bear that knows how to use nunchucks. Did you see that bear video the other day? It's like all over Twitter.
No, I saw the one from that really old commercial where he fights for that fish.
John West want.
And they start beating each other up. I remember that as a kid when that came out.
Bears are always portrayed as being like these really fun-loving, like, yogis like stealing picnic baskets and stuff. But a bear will murder you. Bears will kill you.
Yes.
Bears are like, no way.
You really want to know what it's like? Then watch Grizzly Man.
Oh yeah. Oh man. That guy was asking for it though. He was like sleeping in a tent in the middle of Alaskan wild bear country, and he was naming them and baby talking to them. Then he was like, "Oh man, don't you come over here, bear! Don't you come over here, Grinch!"
That's the bad one. The Grinch.
That was the name of the bad bear that ate him.
Yeah, it was.
Don't you get over here, Grinch! Don't eat me now. I'm a bear whisperer.
I like it when he was like in the woods and the fox took his hat. He's like, "Ghost, give me back my hat, Ghost." Ghost, oh man.
What are you doing to that hat? Where's that hat going? Ghost, I want that hat. Man, Ghost is bad. Ghost, that hat is a very important hat. Drop it. I can't believe this. That hat is so friggin' valuable for this trip. If it's in the den, I'm gonna... Oh, man. It's a friggin' den.
When you see that the fox is still alive after the accident, that's a terrible... That is a sad movie. But
yeah.
He brought it on himself, though. Come on.
Well, that was the whole debate on the thing. Like, well, I mean, was he someone who just loved bears and hung out with bears? Why am I doing a Trump voice?
It's a tremendous bear. It's a tremendous area, Alaska. It's going to be a tremendous documentary. Hopefully I'm alive.
I love bears. I love hanging out with bears. Bears were his friends. He would go sleep around the bears and tell the bears what to do. Okay.
Hey, so check this out. A Wisconsin man had made a deal with his buddy in 1992. And he said, and this is basically, just pretend it's me and you. It's 1992, and I'm like, hey, Ryan, if one of us ever wins the Powerball, we'll split it. And you're like, that sounds great. I'll split it with you. Sounds great. 1992, all right? Flash forward, 28 years later, one of them did win the Powerball.
Oh.
Yeah. Thomas Cook actually won the Powerball. He won $22 million. And his best friend, Joseph Feeney, got to split it with him.
Oh, my
But, yeah, dude, so he calls him up and he's like, hey, Joseph, I just won the Powerball. And he's like, are you just pulling on my bobber or yanking my bobber? That's what he said in the yanking my bobber, like, I guess, because, I don't know, because they're from Wisconsin, so everything's like a fishing analogy or something. So he's like, no, dude, remember when we shook hands and agreed to the Powerball deal, 28 years ago? I'm going to give you half. So they each took the buyout, and they each got a check for $5.7 million.
Wow.
Yeah, they're both retired now. They're done. They put their notice in. They're retired, and they'll probably have enough time to actually go fishing instead of just talk about it.
That's awesome.
Isn't that awesome?
That's a feel good, warm, happy story. I like that.
Yeah, and for all you Good Times kids out there who like happy, warm stories that are up watching right now, remember, if you have a lemonade stand, Country Time Lemonade is offering a bailout. So make sure you check out those fine Country Time people on their website and see if you're available for the $100 bailout.
Not sponsored, but Alex, you did an amazing job right there.
I know I did. Maybe Country Time Lemonade is a part of the Good Times gang, and they'll see that and they'll give us money.
Wow, that was awesome. It made me want to go buy some right now.
Yeah, would you rather have a Country Time lemonade or the lemonade you got from the vendor in Seattle? The fresh squeezed lemonade. Which one would you rather have?
Crap. I can't believe they were selling that. Try their own stuff. It was like, oh.
You bought that?
That was one of the most disappointing moments of my life.
You took one sip. You paid $8. You tipped $2. You threw it in the garbage can 5 seconds later.
Horrible. Okay, I got one more.
All right, bring it.
So, Alex, do you like movies with the Joker in it? Like,
who doesn't?
Who's your favorite Joker? Joaquin or?
Probably Heath Ledger.
Okay, so if the Joker wasn't scary enough, in Iran, they found and named a new spider. They called it the Joker because the way that it's looks like a mask on the back on its back.
Great. That spider just wants to watch the world burn then. No way.
Yeah. It's got a striking red and white pattern on its back that resembles a grin worn by the Joker.
Ryan, I am terrified of spiders as it is. I turn into a 6-year-old little girl when I see spiders. I am not a capture and release guy. I am a grab a Kleenex, smush it, and run away guy. That would terrify me.
Alex, but that's one of the reasons why women keep men around, for spiders and opening pickle jars. So I hope you can open those pickle jars.
You know what I have a hard Ryan, you know what I have a hard time opening more than pickle jars is like Snapple bottles or Powerade bottles.
Sometimes those can get pretty tough, yeah.
Yeah, like Bob and Doug were in charge of sealing those.
You
can almost not get them off. They're like, it's like Thor trying to hold the hammer. Like if you're not Thor, you can't pick the hammer up. I'm not worthy enough to open this damn Powerade bottle. It is ridiculous. Whoever shall be worthy and noble of heart shall have their thirst quenched with the power of Powerade. And I'm not it, obviously. Hey, Ryan. Do you always use the crosswalk when you go across the street?
I try to, yes.
Okay, well that's a good quality because it's always good to be safe and to know your surroundings because people die all the time, right?
Yeah. I mean, in Texas, Dallas, it was like almost every other day. This person died in a crosswalk. This person died. It's like, well, at least I'll be in a crosswalk.
At least your family will get money from the, you know what I mean?
No, but dude,
from the settlement.
That barber I was telling you about that couldn't move his hand.
Yeah, the one that you're like, this guy's
got hit
haircut, but I feel
in the crosswalk, and the guy drove off.
Oh man! So he didn't get anything?
Nah, man.
That's okay. First of all, that's terrible.
Yeah, stuff that happens, especially in Texas.
There was 3 alligators in South Carolina at Huntington Beach State Park, and they wanted to cross the street to get to the water across the street. All 3 alligators used the crosswalk correctly. There's video of it.
Oh. Wow.
They're in the crosswalk, all 3 of them. Then they like, go under the fence and go into the water. It's like the funniest thing I've ever seen. It's ridiculous.
Get
all
on.
Right, so I got some more stories. You got any more?
I don't have any more. All out.
Well, you brought some good stories. That spider one is I'm not gonna sleep very well tonight. The spider's like, do you want to know how I got these fangs? Do you want to know how I got these fangs, Batman? You want to know how I got this venom, Batman? My dad, the adult spider, he was a biter and a fiend. That's pretty good for you, Fletcher.
And then my mother ate him.
Yeah. And then my mother, she was a prairie menace, and she bit his head off because she just wanted to see the world burn. All right, so there's a guy. So we're gonna go to Minnesota now. We're going to where my brother was with his 4th wife for a short time. We're going to the great state of Minnesota, wife number 4 area for my brother. Chris Dins of Brainerd, Minnesota, recently attempted a Guinness Book of World Records record. Do you have any idea what it would be, Ryan?
Who? Mike Dim?
Chris Dins of Brainerd, Minnesota.
Dins. Okay, yeah.
In Minnesota.
Din, right? Kind of like me. Kind of is like dinger. So he hit the most dingers.
It is a sport. That is a very good guess. You're on the right track. This guy is an avid water skier, okay? And he saw a video of a guy water skiing on 3.5 foot stilts. So
wow.
He thought, well, 3.5 feet, what's that? That's impressive, but what's the world record? So the world record was like 8 feet. There was a guy skiing on like 8 feet stilts, water skiing. So he decided he was just gonna, work his way up from 2 feet to 4 feet to 6 feet. After he got to 8 feet, he's like, screw it, I'm going for the world record. He got it filmed. He skied for 9 minutes without falling off on 11-foot stilts.
Oh,
that is crazy, man. I don't even like going like tubing on the back of a boat when we used to go to so that one of our friends had a cabin out in Lakeside, and sometimes we would go, you'd latch up to the back of the boat and they'd try to throw you off.
Yeah.
I couldn't even stay on that thing for 30 seconds. I couldn't, let alone water ski on 11-foot stilts. I don't even think I could walk on stilts that normally, and I couldn't even use a pogo stick when I was a kid very well. There's no way in hell that I could ever do this. That is impressive.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Wow. Was he also wearing a clown costume?
Yeah,
Was
he a giant spider? Did he have 8 stilts? Spiders have 8 legs. We used to have stilts when I was a kid. I don't know why we had stilts, but my grandpa had stilts in the garage. He also had lawn darts, but they weren't the plastic lawn darts. They were like the metal ones.
Oh, yeah. The band ones.
Yeah, they're illegal. And because my mom, was born in 57, and then my Uncle Gary was born in like the 40s. So my grandpa still had all these toys from when they were kids. My brother is a psycho, so he would throw these lawn darts in the air, and the game was us just trying to get away from the lawn dart.
Why are we doing this?
Wow. Who
did
that?
My brother. So we never got hit or anything, but the game was just trying to get away from the deadly weapon falling from the sky.
Wow.
It was like kind of like you with the razor blades at work. It was just dangerous and crazy to do that.
Yeah, that's probably why they banned him, because people like that, like you and your brother, and it actually connected.
I wasn't trying to do it, though. My brother was trying to do it.
That would be scary, dude.
Yeah, no way, man.
And then people, and this is not uncommon. I've heard of this happening often, where kids take BB guns and play BB gun try to shoot each other with them. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Why don't you at least wear eye protection? Because if it hits your eye, you're blind. Yeah. Forever. Dude.
Forever.
I mean, one of the kids we knew growing up, Jeff, he has one stuck in the back of his head.
Really?
Yeah. From what I heard, I didn't hear it from the horse's mouth, but this.
We had a BB gun war. I remember the weekend. It was the weekend, June 30th, kind of. It was around the same time that O.J. Simpson murder happened, because we had a subscription to Sports Illustrated. So I took the Sports Illustrated with O.J. on the cover from that weekend camping. Well, that same weekend, we had a BB gun war, and my dad was going to the bathroom out in the woods reading the Sports Illustrated. And my brother's a psycho once again. So my brother shot my dad in the ass with the BB gun while he's trying to go to the bathroom. My brother's never lived it down. My dad was so mad. He was gonna pack up the campsite. As soon as he got done wiping, things were gonna get real serious. Right? He was pissed. I remember it too.
What a story!
Isn't that ridiculous? And my dad's like, oh, my dad never really, he's not much of a talker, but if he's mad, it was like Homer Simpson. It was like he was actually turned into just a crazy maniac.
Don't green.
Yeah, dude, it was bad. Hey, Ryan, have you been to any establishments recently with the pandemic that have charged you like an extra fee, like a hidden fee on anything?
For the pandemic purposes?
Yeah, there's a COVID fee that barbershops, restaurants, dentists, salons, like pedicure places are charging a COVID fee. And they're not really telling people. It's just kind of hidden on the bottom of the check. And some restaurants, like if you dispute it, they'll take it off, but they kind of hope you don't look at it, because they're like trying to, restaurants are like the added cleaning expense, maybe losing customers and stuff. But don't you think it's kind of a bad time to be charging hidden fees to people who are losing their jobs as well?
Hey, right? Come on in, eat our stuff. There's a fee for having to wear a mask. There's a fee for, having us, watch you have a mask and trying to listen to you through the mask. Fee number 2. Fee number 3 is having to separate out the tables. Okay.
Just no. It's. I think what you're saying is right. It's like it's absurd, and if they're going to do that, they should tell you up front they're going to do it. At least the University of Michigan told their students up front, because now they're charging a $50 COVID response fee per semester. So that you just get a flat $50 added to your, tuition or fees. from the University of Michigan for COVID response.
That'll help sell it and bring people in.
Yeah, it's like, man, I really can't afford to even eat anymore because, I don't have a job and I'm barely able to go to school now. I couldn't get my books, but now I have to pay $50 for COVID response fee. They're just trying to keep the lights on, man. All these places are. So, whatever. I think it's kind of ridiculous. Just be upfront about it is my take on that.
Yeah. No, this thing's been crazy. It's been bringing out some interesting people.
That, to say the least. To say the least.
I can't wear a mask.
Ryan, there's people. I've noticed that there's people that are like either so pro-mask, they're like ridiculous. They're like over the top, like stay away from me, like don't come near me, blah blah. You know what I mean? Like they don't.
No, I ran into that. Like, okay, so the day of our governor, Washington's governor's mandate that you have to wear a mask, I wasn't wearing a mask, and a guy's like, "Wear a mask!" I'm about to go into the post office, so I look at him and I'm like, "Oh, hi. So wear a mask?" Like, "Yeah, you should wear a mask." Like, no one around me is wearing a mask, and I'm like, "Oh, okay." And I still go to the door. I'm like, "So you mean like, do I need a mask to go in?" He's like, no, it's not required, but you should wear a mask, but stay away from me.
He gets closer. He gets within 6 feet to tell you about how important it is to stay 6 feet away from you.
Yeah. And then, that day, Governor Inslee says, like, everyone has to wear a mask. So yeah, he pretty much gets his way. Everybody has to wear a mask. But I think, like, if you're that worried about it, like, you need to put on a respirator.
Yeah.
Like, and stop relying on other people.
So, you should, like,
if I was that worried, I would be having a respirator, and I would not be going outside very much. I'd make sure to wash my hands, maybe even wear gloves all the time.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about myself because I can't rely on other people to do stuff because I know other people aren't going to do it.
So you're basically saying if you're really worried about it, you should look like Bane from Batman. You merely adopted the darkness. I was born in it.
That was good. I have not seen that movie, but
you've merely adopted the COVID. I was born in it. Batman.
Pretty much.
And I will introduce you into the League of Shadows.
So there was, I mean, I've even heard stories of like before the mask mandate, people being really upset about it, and then their friend saying, "Hey, you know what? I'll go ahead and get the groceries for you, and then you don't have to go out, and you can be safe." And then the person's like, well, "No, but that's my only chance to get out."
Yeah.
It's like, are you here to solve the problem, or are you here to, I don't know. It's just because it's not really looking like you're trying to solve it for yourself.
It's a catch-22, man.
And on the other side of the spectrum, though, is nuts. Like,
some people don't even think it's not a real thing. They just think it's made up.
Well, so like I'm all about following the law. Whatever it is, you wear a mask, I'll wear a mask. I'm just do whatever they tell me. It's like not a big deal. It's a flippant mask over my mouth. Some people have medical conditions where they can't, so there has to be accommodations, which is kind of hard sometimes. But what happens is people lie because you cannot ask them, like, they don't have to prove it. They can just lie and then go in, and then, I mean, for the people that actually believe this is risking other people's health, people lying can just walk in and risk everybody's health.
Yeah, it's just like with the dogs. When they bring in,
like the dog.
Yeah, the dogs that people need.
What needs to happen is the ADA needs to update to where the person that actually has issues has to go through a certain process to where they get a certain certification and can show it. They don't have to tell what their medical condition is or whatever. They just have to say, hey, here's the card from the ADA saying that I have this. I mean, it's just so it protects them as a person who has medical disabilities, and then and it stops people from abusing it. The people that don't really need it, that just want to say like, "Oh, I don't want to wear a mask. So I want to say I have a medical issue."
For sure. All that mask talk is actually a great segue to my next story here, Ryan, because it's still COVID related. There was a Michigan jewelry store, and it was forced to shutter its business during the shelter in place. So they were having a really hard time, and it eventually ended up closing them. It was J&M Jewelers in Michigan. So they had to shut down their business. But they have an idea. They have $1.2 million worth of gold, silver, jewelry, and just products still left on the business, that they have in goods and stuff. They're going to have a statewide scavenger hunt. They're burying treasure all over the state of Michigan. And if you want to be involved in the scavenger hunt, you have to pay J&M Jewelers $49. So to participate, you get clues that will lead you to spots where treasure is hidden. And if you find the treasure, you can keep it, or you can exchange it for the cash value. Would you do that treasure hunt, Ryan?
I don't know if I didn't work. If
I wasn't what if just take some sick time off and just go on a treasure hunt with me, buddy? Come on, let's go. Let's have a good time. Come on.
That's a good idea.
Right, come on. Don't you want to have a good time? Let's go get some treasure. Come on.
Wow, Alex, you were probably back in school. You were the one with the peer pressure, huh? Come on, don't you want to have a good time, huh?
Yeah.
Huh? Don't you want to have a good time? Huh?
Don't you want to drink these 18 milk cartons? Miss Bushiers isn't going to say anything, huh? That was a little callback to the elementary school episode for all you good times gang members. You remember that episode, huh?
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, Ryan, where can they find the older episodes of Good Times with Alex and Ryan?
Any podcast network like Apple or Spotify or other ones like Overcast.
YouTube, Overcast.
YouTube, yes.
And Ryan, if they wanted to look good and support the show in some Good Times swag while they're watching older episodes, which are available on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, all those good, fine podcast locations, where would they find some Good Times gear?
I don't know. Let me think. Teespring.com.
And if we wanted, Ryan, if we wanted to have something to drink to quench our thirst while we're wearing our Good Times swag and looking for treasure in the great state of Michigan, what lemonade would we drink?
Country Time Lemonade.
Country Time Lemonade, baby. The unofficial sponsor of your Good Times gang member.
Unofficial or actually not sponsored. We've
decided we want to support Country Time Lemonade tonight. So if there's a Country Time Lemonade exec out there who wants a little piece of the Good Times Playhouse, come to me and Ryan, and we'll definitely work out some sort of business arrangement. We'll even take them buying our fee into the big treasure hunt. So we'll take $49 each, and we'll head to Michigan. So Country Time, you don't even have to give us the whole $100 for the bailout, dude. Just give us $49 each. You'll save $2, and you'll be supporting a good time, huh?
Yeah, that's right. Good times.
That's right, man. That's right. Let me see what else I got, Ryan. I might have. Oh, we're going to Hollywood. Let's go to Hollywood, Ryan.
Oh, boy. We got like 3 places we go, Alex. Hollywood, Florida, and Utah.
Sometimes we go to South Carolina or Canada, too.
Yeah, mainly those 3 places. And we'll venture out every once in a while. But, our home, especially Florida, sometimes, especially Florida, but, Hollywood and Utah are our faves.
Our vacation houses would be in Florida, L.A., and I would say Ireland, but probably not really anymore because our numbers have been dropping.
Ireland knows how to have a good time, though.
They do. They went from 3% to 2%, though, Ryan. That's 33% of our Ireland audience has decided to not have a good time. So we got to figure that out.
I still hold to my promise on our world tour. First stop, Ireland.
Ireland. Not our hometown, which
No.
coincidentally has
World tour.
Oh, okay, world tour. I was gonna say, Ryan, our most popular episode we've ever done is our hometown episode. It has the most downloads and plays and clicks.
Wow.
But you're like, nah, screw that little coastal town. We're going to Ireland, baby. All right, Ryan, we're going to Hollywood. Buckle up.
Buckle up.
All right. So, are you familiar with the Johnny Depp situation? How he's not in the new Pirates of the Caribbean movie?
No, I'm not. What is it? Cancel culture again?
Yeah, it is actually, because his ex-wife, Amber Heard, she was in the Aquaman movie. She played the character. Let me see here. She played Mera in Aquaman, and Aquaman was a big hit for DC films. You know, like they have Wonder Woman and all that other stuff, Batman. And,
yeah.
Apparently, Amber Heard wanted a divorce from Johnny Depp, so she falsified information to the police. She faked injuries to get a restraining order against Johnny Depp, which actually led to him receiving less movie roles, not getting the role in the new Pirates of the Caribbean movie. So she had this elaborate plan that she was like gonna take Johnny Depp down. Well, actually, it completely backfired because she's facing 3 years in jail for falsifying injury information to the police.
How would you even prove that?
Well, I think there's actually audio tape of Johnny Depp and her where she's basically like the jig is up for her. She's basically admitting things on the tape.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it would be bad times with Johnny and Amber.
Because it'd be hard not to get away with that.
Yeah, no, but those guys in Hollywood, they love the attention, and sometimes they love the attention so much it backfires, and then they end up in the who's cow. So she's going from the lap of luxury. She might be going to jail, Ryan, and they don't keep 6 feet away at all times. Social distancing might be a problem for old Amber. From Aquaman to the who's cow.
Did you
just
see
don't
Aquaman?
lie.
I never saw that movie.
No, I didn't either. Every time I see it, I'm like, I don't know. It looks like a broke down Thor. It looks like the generic dollar store version of Thor.
That's like all DC movies.
Yeah. Marcus says Amber Heard was always the best thing, or excuse me, always beat the living, bleep out of him, allegedly. So Amber Heard was actually the one who actually beat Johnny Depp, according to Marcus.
Oh. Huh.
Good times gang member Marcus Miller has joined the chat, everybody. Marcus is actually going to suit up. He's going to go to teespring.com, get some Good Times merch, grab a Country Time lemonade, and head to Michigan for the treasure hunt. Woo! Hey, Jinx, you owe me a Country Time lemonade, Ryan.
Oh.
Hey, Ryan, one more Hollywood story. You ready, pal?
Yeah, I love Hollywood.
Yeah, me too. I love it. Just a lot of high-quality people down there. They're great. High moral fiber. Nothing weird goes on in Hollywood. Right? Totally normal.
I like Chris Pratt. I think he's...
Oh, Chris Pratt's the man. Parks and Rec, where he puts his whole mouth over the water fountain. Do you remember that scene?
Oh, I just think he's funny, and yeah.
I admire him. He got a really good show.
I haven't heard any bad stories about him.
The only thing I heard about Chris Pratt was his divorce from his first wife, the girl from Scary Movie, in the House Bunny. She's really
okay.
But I don't know. Who knows? He's married to Arnold Schwarzenegger's daughter, right?
Huh?
Chris Pratt is married to Arnold's daughter.
Is he? Oh, okay.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Moving on from Chris Pratt's love life, we're going to the very stable Kanye West.
Oh boy, Alex, you really want to drag this another hour?
No, this is the Good Times podcast originally was going to do a whole episode on Kanye, but he's been so all over the place. He's been downgraded to the last story of the news episode. Kanye declared himself, running for president about a week ago. Actually filed the paperwork and stuff. Then he said he wasn't going to run for president. Then it came out that the paperwork actually officially was filed, right? Well, since those two stories broke, Kanye West went to Wyoming, and where he was tweeting about how he wanted to divorce Kim Kardashian. He's been trying to divorce her for like the last year, talking smack about Kim's mother. Then he deleted all those tweets, right? So he's running for president. He's saying he wants a divorce. He's posting weird photos. He's doing weird things. He went to a Walmart in Wyoming, just strolling around the Walmart. It's basically like Michael Jackson trying to go to Walmart. Dave Chappelle, who's really close to Kanye West, flew out to Wyoming to like be with Kanye because he could tell that he was having an episode. Well, now Kim Kardashian is saying that Kanye is having a serious bipolar episode and he's a genius, but he's troubled. Kanye is having the worst week ever. Ryan, what do you think about what's going on with Kanye?
Let me talk a little bit about Kanye West.
Bring it.
So when he first came on the scene, I grossly disliked him. Loudmouth, annoying, nonsensical. I didn't like him at all. Then, I saw him. I actually saw him in concert.
You went from that opinion to going to a concert of him?
No, but okay. So I went to see a U2 concert, and he was the opener.
Okay.
Yeah,
that is crazy that he opened for U2.
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
So I remember a comment like, "Well, this is kind of odd for U2, but okay."
That's interesting.
Yeah. So he opened for U2. So I did see him in concert. I actually some of the stuff he says that really ticks people off, but right now, like what he's saying now, I really agree with and admire, because he's taking a non-victim approach to getting better, to bettering society. So the way he's doing it is saying like, hey, we're not going to look at like we're being victimized. Like that doesn't help. That kind of puts, a ceiling on us, and it's not good to think that way. So, and I totally agree with that. I'm thinking of people like Barack Obama, who what he did is he didn't say I'm a victim, I can't do it because everybody's holding me down. He said stuff happens because I'm a certain color, such as I'll go walk by cars and stuff and they'll lock their doors. He mentioned that, but he never said that he couldn't do something because he's a victim. He always spoke out, and he always was encouraging, and he gave people hope that like, hey, this is going to get better. And another person that kind of originated this was a slave. He was a slave when he was born, is Booker T. Washington, and he actually went as far. And this guy, so he came from slavery, and then he worked at a mine, got some money. He was gonna go to the coast, and they wouldn't let him in the hotel, even though he had all the money.
What a great business model.
Well,
what a great business plan.
It's stupid. It was ridiculous. So, and nuts. So he had he had every reason to just say like, the world hates me. I'm a victim. They're never going to treat me fair. Right. Booker T. Washington. He gets to the docks, where he just passes out, and some people hire him for some work. but he becomes one of the great educational guys in the U.S. And then he had everything against him. But he said being a victim, like, keeps you underneath a certain level, underneath a like you're not going to raise above that level if you think everybody's against you. And
if you keep yourself there mentally, you'll never rise up to another level.
Yeah, and that's his thing. That was the way Obama saw stuff, and that's the way that Kanye is trying to preach right now. It's taken a lot of people off, but I think the message he's given out is really important. So in that respect, I admire him for it. And he's able to speak stuff that is going to tick a lot of people off. Even though it ticks a lot of people off, he still says it. But I still think he's nonsensical in a lot of ways.
Yeah, he's kind of all over the place right now. He definitely, I would consider him a genius in certain areas, though. Some of his music is groundbreaking. His hip hop and stuff, really good lyrically, really good musically. He's a fashion designer too. I'm not really a big fan of what he does, but he's very successful at it. So I have to have some respect for it for sure. I hope he gets better. It's sad. It's sad to see people struggle, especially so publicly and out in front of everybody. Because if that was anybody else, they'd be like, "We need to get this guy some help." They wouldn't be trying to make fun of him or bring him down, because it's Kanye West, he's crazy. But it's like, no, he needs help. He's having a breakdown right now.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing is we don't know hardly anything. All we know is what he's posted.
Exactly. We don't know what's going on with his wife. Yeah. We don't know what's going on with his wife or his family. We don't know anything.
We don't know what's really going on.
No, and you know what? That's a good point too, because you should never judge people because you have no idea where they've been, what they've been through. And no, that's a great point, Ryan. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Did you have anything else, Ryan?
Kanye for president.
Yeah, I'll vote for him. You know what? Hey, I would rather have Kanye in the office than the person who's in the office right now. I mean, I'm down for that. I mean, stuff's already crazy. Let's do it, man. At least we have some bangers in the White House.
Level. Okay.
Yeah, we'd have some jams in the White House, man. Can you imagine? Da 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 da. Like the White House remix. Let's do it. Jesus walks all the way into the White House. I'm down for it. Ryan, end the show, buddy.
All right, everybody. Hey, thanks for taking the ride with us today. I know we had some good times, we had some serious times, and some fun times, and you hung around us through all the time. So,
and we're the greatest podcast of all time.
So why don't you hit that subscribe, like, follow, comment, whatever it is. We appreciate your interaction and appreciate you. So, thank you.
Hey, and if you need Ryan or I for the next week, we're going to be busy. We're going to be on a treasure hunt. So, leave a message.
Leave a message. Send it in the DMs.
Yeah, slip into our DMs. We're going to be drinking Country Time lemonade on a treasure hunt. We're going to be Audi 5000.
All right. Later, everybody.
See you later, guys. Mahalo.